And that's exactly why we're doing another thing for the first time, and that's our She Flies Holiday Bash on December 6th at the Hotel Eastland in Portland. Tickets are out for sale, sponsorships are out for sale, but I think we can talk here all day long about and sit here and say these things are all great. The biggest game changer, and I hear you, Rachael, saying that all the time, because the game changer in everything we do in the end of the day is money, and this is really what we have to ask for. Show your money where your mouth is. Besides all the other things that people can do, tell us and emphasize why that is. Rachael.
Yeah, money talks. I mean,
Right.
It is the way the world was built. It is definitely the way this country is built. So if you care about something, show me the money.
Absolutely.
That's what we always say. Especially as women's athletes, we're still fighting for more resources and more protection in our pro soccer landscape here. Yeah, I mean, resources and protection are really the vehicle for change. I think we're definitely starting to see more resources and an equitable environment in the women's professional landscape. I think now the conversation is shifting to okay, that's great. Let's protect our players both from the youth and the professional level. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for athletic departments deploying capital or money to female scholarships. My sister and I wouldn't have gotten a scholarship at the University of Portland. If our professional, U.S. women's players didn't have the resources to take U.S. soccer to court, they wouldn't have been able to fight for the equal pay battle. I mean, it's just a trickle down effect. It stems into every aspect of impact and of true change. So yeah, I mean, I can't, even with Mendi, I've raised money. Would not be here today if it wasn't for people investing in my company and in me personally. I still have a lot of conversations with investors who say they care about change, and I'm like, that's great. Where's your checkbook?
Yes, put your money there.
At the end of the day, I don't mean to be callous in any way. I mean, I know people do care, but that is truly the sort of litmus test of how deeply you want to see something change.
Absolutely. If you put resources toward what they care about. And so it's one thing to be philosophical and talk about it, but as Rachael said, I mean, when you put money on it, that means it's important to you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Put your money where your mouth is, right? So with that said, how can you do that on December 6th? How can you do that in general for She Flies? Your company can be a sponsor off a table. We promise you it'll be a celebration again. It's not one of these dinners where you sit the whole time and you get the chicken rubber dinner. I'm not going to this either. So be ensured it'll be fun. There will be another panel. We have an amazing, I think we're known for our auctions and pedal race experience packages. Sport packages are the best packages in the world. I think we can all agree on that. But even if your company's budget is done for the year, whatever, please consider being a seed donor, a personal donor. Every single cent will help make a difference. Otherwise, just bring people. If your neighbor's in town, if your colleague is in town, if you know people that want to be engaged in the initiative, that is a great event to get inspired, to learn, to actively do your part in the community and join us.
Maika, can you share with us some of the, only because I can't remember, but some of the organizations that benefited last year from your grants?
Yeah, absolutely. That was Rose City Rollers, the Outrigger Canoe Club in Hood River. They are amazing. If you ever want to do a team building, just call them, and it's you have the best day ever. The children's course out in Milwaukee and Portland, amazing par 3 9-hole golf course. They're doing a fantastic job out there. They also have an afternoon school program. It's Active Children Portland, great organization, again, great afternoon school program. And then last but not least, like skate like a girl. And it is so awesome because it totally fuels into you can't be what you can't see.
Right.
Seeing these girls skating and being in the half pipe or at the Boudica house in the bowl and everything they do. Kudos. And that said, as I said before, we had like over 30 applications, and we had to pick 5, but there was not one application that had to be withdrawn because it was either not eligible or the cause wasn't fitting or anything.
It was a hard decision.
Yeah, it was a really hard decision. I think you were part of the committee, so you know, and our big goal is to like just award way more organizations next year. Okay, Robin, last question.
Yes.
Before we all go back out in the real world and have to do all the other fun things of our job. In your role at the Thorns and Timbers, you uplift communities through sports day in, day out. Why is it so important to support the Holiday Bash on December 6th?
It is so important to support the Holiday Bash. I think we talked about it this morning, just the platform that you're giving girls and women in sports to be all they can be and to be successful. And so the dollars that we raise at the Bash are going to go to support all those initiatives, not just of the organization, but those initiatives that help other organizations uplift sports for women and girls. And I just think that's so important. We're really committed to ensuring that women and girls, have what they need and to be successful through sports. I'm excited to be in this job because we're going to be in the community. Sports for everybody, especially girls and women, but sports for everybody.
Thanks, Dr. Robin. Thanks, Rachael. Thanks to all of you joining us today. Before we go, I want to take time to thank She Fly's current sponsors, Travel Oregon, PNC, UBS, Ideas Collide, Hyphen, and Providence Sports Medicine, as well as Enterprise Holdings. I also want to encourage all of you to check out the Sport Oregon Holiday Bash benefiting She Flies. You can purchase your ticket at sportoregon.org or sheflies.org. And to stay informed about all the things we do at She Flies, follow Sport Oregon on social media. That's all for episode 5 of Sport Oregon Voices. We will see you at the Holiday Bash December 6th as She Flies soars to new heights.